Hello again, everyone. This is Ryan Krous and Kyle McCall here from Hughes Stadium, coming to you after another CSU win. They are now 9-1 after beating Hawaii 49-22 here at Hughes Stadium. Another big win. Some ups and downs for sure. Kyle, let's start with you and some of your takeaways from this win.
8th win in a row, 9-1, and that was about the least exciting blowout victory I think I've been to in a while. But, like they said, everybody's healthy, everything's working out, and they're just rolling. Obviously, Rashard Higgins didn't play, which was a little bit disappointing, but they didn't need him. Grayson spread the ball around, and offensively they were on. I think defensively, maybe they lost a little bit of focus there for a while, but overall, a great performance and another victory. Maybe great's a strong word. But
Well, a win's a win. I know it's cliche, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to see without Rashard. They started out pretty slow, I think. But just looking at the stats after the game, you see D. Hart, the numbers he put up, Trey Jarrells, even Duron Thompson. They ran the ball. Again, they're a balanced team. We're seeing a lot more consistency, I guess, as far as being able to pass and run. Grayson, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Even with that groin, I'd say he looked pretty good. Wasn't totally hampered. I know he mentioned after the game that they had some design plays to kind of bring in Nick Stevens on some stretch plays, some rollouts, things like that. So, yeah, good win. I mean, it's hard to gauge. I mean, just honestly looking at the competition with CSU, I mean, these are games they should be winning. I agree with Coach Mack and what you said. I mean, it's kind of a boring game, and you'd think CSU could win more or less like 60-0, honestly. But, again, they're rolling. They're still winning by a good amount. You wonder if they're going to crack the top 25 this week. A solid win, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of skeptical, or nitpicky. But there's just some plays in there with Trent Matthews dropping an easy interception, or guys dropping balls, or just maybe touchdown drives that you think CSU should be tackling better or whatever. But all in all, a win's a win. You just kind of wonder, looking a little bit down the head with this bye week coming up, potentially bowl games or things like that. Who could CSU kind of match up well against?
right.
I think kind of looking ahead with, obviously 2 option offenses. New Mexico put up tons of points this week. Air Force is playing some good football. I think it kind of favors CSU as far as, the alignments they're running with the nickel packages. I think, they haven't tackled as well some of these past meetings with New Mexico and things like that, but I don't know. I just kind of wonder against better competition how the CSU team really stacks up, and I think that's kind of the question. But
all around solid performance, and everything we've touched on that could be perceived as negative. I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
they're in a
for
great
sure.
place right now, and like McElwain said, they're taking every week 1-0, and just really not looking to head too far.
Exactly. I think that's the mentality you have to take, obviously.
Sure. Who would you give your game balls to, offensive and defensive?
Let's see. Offensive, we'll go with Chuck Lovett. I mean, Grayson had the 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. It's kind of nice to see Lovett kind of step up. He kind of just disappears some weeks. Just there's so much talent on this team on offense. But he had over 100 yards, 4 catches, touchdown, that long 70 whatever yard reception. Yeah. So I'd give it to Chuck Lovett just because I don't know, same names each week with D. Hart and Garrett. Yeah. It was also cool to see Elroy. I think he had the 1 catch, but his first career touchdown. It's really cool to see him.
What about on defense?
Defense, I don't know. It's kind of a collective effort. I might go with Preston Hodges. I mean, he brings it pretty much most games, but he's trying to go with those 4 strip fumbles. He had that one right off the bat in the second half. I think he played pretty well. I think you could throw Tyree in there too with his. I think it was his first career pick, or at least first of the year. Can't remember, but
it's good.
What about you, game balls, offense and defense?
Well, it's not exciting, but I'll take D. Hart on offense. Another, 11 carries, went over 100 yards, scored again every single week. The guy he's a baller, and he finds a way to play well every time, no matter who the opponent is. And then defensively, I'll go with the defensive backs too. I thought Kevin Pierre-Lewis had a good game. Preston Hodges, Tyree, Blake made a couple good plays.
Sure.
But Yeah, it's tough to say because it just was not too exciting, to be honest.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that on the sidelines a little bit. Kind of a boring game, but I mean, they put up 49 points. They won by however, whatever, 27 points, something like that. So, yeah, a win's a win. So just looking forward. Obviously, there's still some injury questions. Obviously, for CSU, you'd like to see Garrett be 100% coming out of the bye week with that groin. And I don't know if his shoulder's really hampering him, but I mean, I don't know if he's totally 100%, obviously.
Yeah, he's dinged up from a long season of football.
Yeah. Richard, obviously, that's the big question. Is he going to be back? We saw him warming up before this game. It looked like he was moving pretty well with the shoulder and everything, but obviously it's nice to hold him a week, have another bye week to rest him. Who else did Coach mention? Kevin O'Brien kind of limped off the field. You wonder about him. Jordan Baden with the boot. Corey James got dinged up. I think, O'Brien and James especially, you definitely want to have those guys back.
Right.
Any other injuries?
I don't think so. What did you think? Did you think they missed Higgins? I mean, he's an explosive player, and it looked like maybe the offense was lacking a little bit of the home run threat. I mean, they still had some big pass plays, but he just brings electricity to the offense that was definitely noticeably absent.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they obviously miss him. I know, like we mentioned, it kind of took a little while for them to get in that groove because when they first started, they looked a little slow and sluggish.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it allows guys to kind of step up, and you see the depth that CSU has, allowing some of those younger guys to get the reps. Even seeing Sammy Long in there late, or Jack Spady, Cole Anderson, these guys that you don't really see play much. So it's kind of cool in that respect.
Deron Thompson, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I
nice
think.
Game.
Yeah, exactly. I think finally now he got into a rhythm. He had 10, 12 carries, 70 yards. I mean, you see the explosiveness. I mean, he looks the exact same as his high school film, just very explosive. I compare him to Ronnie Hillman, just kind of same running style and maybe fumble problems, but
yeah, that one shootout over by the
sure. But play the kid more. I mean, Jason Oden's healthy too, but just so many different weapons for Dave Baldwin to work with. So it's pretty cool to see.
The elephant in the room in the post game was definitely the Boise State game, which everyone in the press box was watching the stat tracker and keeping tabs on that.
Right.
Obviously, Boise pulled it out, and like the CSU players said, good for them. But you got to imagine they were hoping somehow New Mexico would have pulled that one out.
Yeah, for sure. That's tough. I mean, you heard it over the loudspeaker if you heard the game. The PA guy was talking, giving score updates, and it's tough. You wonder if a Wyoming or Utah State can come in and beat Boise. But regardless, if you're CSU, they're 9-1. I mean, that's soft schedule or not. That's not many people expected that. So I'm sitting here poo-pooing the win, but big win. They're 9-1. And any other takeaways, Mr. McCall?
So I was expecting a little bit of a bigger crowd just because they were 8-1 going into this game.
Yeah.
I'm sure the late start and the weather maybe held some people out, but it's still pretty good attendance, 25,000.
Right.
So the support is still there. Just makes me wonder if we were standing at a stadium on campus, would this have been packed? But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But, an all-around complete victory and 9-1, 8 in a row.
Right.
Bye week comes at an interesting time. Maybe is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But they can definitely get healed up and finish strong. So.
Yeah, for sure. So it gives them time to prepare for a couple of option offenses and obviously heal up. So from Hughes Stadium, this is Ryan Krous,
Kyle McCall,
and thanks for tuning in to another GoldenGreenNews.com post-game recap.